Welcome to Horror Dreams * in a quiet town in Wales during the 1960s. Two twin girls walked in eerie synchronization. June and Jennifer Gibbons, inseparable, identical and unnerving. They didn't speak to anyone, not their teachers, not their classmates, not even their parents, only to each other in a language no one else could understand. They weren't just quiet, they were ... deliberately silent. And that silence would grow into something twisted, something dark, something fatal. At first, people thought they were shy, then strange, then something worse. The twins had created their own language, fast, indecipherable, and spoken only to each other. Linguists couldn't decode it. Doctors couldn't diagnose it. It was as if the girls had sealed themselves inside a psychological vault, impenetrable to the outside world. Their silence wasn't an illness. It was a choice. And it was only the beginning. June and Jennifer didn't just look alike. They acted alike. If one stopped eating, so did the other. If one turned her head, the other followed instantly. Their every move was mirrored, as if possessed by a single mind, split in two bodies. They fought violently when separated, but together they were calm, cold, a single soul with a double face, locked away from the world. The twins began to write short stories, novels, but they weren't innocent tales. Their fiction was filled with dark obsession, strange rituals, murder, and control. One story told of a boy who receives a dog's heart in surgery and becomes a killer. Their diaries were even darker. "I am possessed by her," Jennifer wrote. "We are both dead souls." At 18, the silence turned violent. They began committing crimes, vandalism, theft, arsons. They watched a building burn ... and smiled. When arrested, they remained silent in court. No apologies, no explanations, just the same eerie, synchronized stare. They were sentenced to Broadmoor Hospital, one of the most infamous psychiatric institutions in Britain, where the silence turned into something even more terrifying. Broadmoor was home to killers, madmen, and monsters. And now, June and Jennifer, for 11 years, they remained locked away, heavily sedated, refusing to speak. They communicated only in glances, in scratches on paper, in a silence that haunted the halls. Doctors were baffled. Nurses were afraid. They seemed possessed. One would fall unconscious and the other would wake in panic. One choked hand, the other gasped. It was no longer just mental illness. It felt paranormal ... Then, one day, something changed. Jennifer whispered to a nurse, "I'm going to die. We've decided. One of us has to go." She smiled. "It's me." The next day, during a routine transfer to a new facility, Jennifer slumped over in the car. No struggle, no pain. She simply died. Cause of death: sudden, unexplained inflammation of the heart. No drugs, no injury. She was only 29. It was as if she willed herself to die. After Jennifer's death. June began to speak, freely, openly, like the spell had broken. She told reporters, "I'm free at last. Jennifer gave up her life for me. She now lives a quiet life in Wales, but she never writes again, and she never talks about the pact, because some bonds are not made in blood. They're made in shadow. Was it mental illness, twin psychosis, or something deeper? Some call it folly, a doer, shared madness. Others believe the twins were victims of a psychic bond gone wrong, or possessed by a force we cannot understand. A doctor once said, they weren't human when they were together. They became something else. We may never know the truth, but we do know this. June and Jennifer weren't just twins. They were a mirror of something much darker inside us. Sometimes silence is peace. Sometimes it's a prison. And sometimes it's a curse. The silent twins lived together, died for each other, and left behind a legacy of fear, fascination, and mystery. And somewhere in the silence, one voice still whispers,